Monday, folks. You know what that means. Fresh set of episodes, fresh set of interviews. Today is going to be episode 71 of Inside the Rapper Studio. Today we got Bari Lutalo, my guy. Been meaning to get him on the show for some time right now. You can go ahead and send a request in, Bari. Just give a few updates for everybody and stuff like that, and pretty much try to get things going. Yep. This week we still got some giveaways to go away. Even though nobody took anything from last week, which is the robe and a hat and a sticker. So I'm still gonna give you guys opportunities: get a robe, get a hat, and get a sticker. Still got a fresh set of passwords. Fresh set of password comes with a fresh set of interviews. You know how these things go. Since Inside the Rapper Studios, week 15. I've been doing this shit for way too goddamn long. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started, folks. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Who else we got in here? Can you hear me, broski?
What's good, bro? I hear you now.
All right, let's get it started. Episode 71 of Inside the Rapper Studio. Of course, I'm your host, Scorp Swayze, and today we got a very special guest in the building. He is a man of many talents: rapper, producer, instrumental, guitar, keyboard. Pretty sure it's gonna be drums one day.
Maybe, hopefully.
Possibly the cello. But overall, a pretty solid guy. So everybody, please drop hearts, drop likes, drop comments for the one, the only, Bari Lutalo.
What up, man? Sound effect, okay, dope.
How's it going, broski?
Chilling, bro, chilling, man. In the studio, my dining room studio.
Lovely.
Yeah.
How was the weekend?
It's been good. It's been cool, you know. Being a dad, got to see my daughter. You know, regular life.
Gotcha.
What about you, bro?
Another day on this planet. I can't really complain, you know. I mean, I got another opportunity to make things happen, so I legit have nothing to bitch about.
Word. I hear that.
I really got. So, with every episode of Inside the Rapper Studio, there is an origin story told from the bottom of the screen. So, could you tell us how everything got started for the artist known as Bari Lutalo?
Damn, bro. All right. When I was a kid, like 9 or 10 years old, my mom put me in piano lessons and shit. So like, I was taking piano lessons for like a year or so, but I wasn't really that good. And it wasn't until high school when I started rapping and trying to make my own beats that I really focused on learning how to play instruments and stuff, like keys and guitar. And like, I spent like a lot of time just performing with different bands and stuff, doing local stuff, you know, traveling, being a freelance musician. But rapping and making beats, like I've been doing that since high school for real. And that's always been a passion of mine.
Gotcha. Do you feel as though with the starting band and musicianry, such as like doing the piano lessons and things like that, how was that transition happening into like hip hop and stuff?
It was very interesting. It was very helpful because like when I started doing music and stuff, it was really middle school. I started really getting into music, and like Kanye was out, you know what I'm saying, Pharrell, like all them people. Then I saw how they were making beats and playing keys and stuff. So like
Right.
that's what really made me want to actually practice and actually try to get good. Because before I wasn't that good. And when I started studying other genres of music and learning how to incorporate it into hip hop and stuff, like that's when things really became like a passion for me.
Gotcha. So,
Yeah.
as we all know, you are pretty much a man of many talents. On board with rapping, on board with producing, on board with instrumentals. How is it balancing all three of these hats?
Very difficult. Very difficult. I think like for me, I've been booked a lot, like especially in the local scene as an instrumentalist. Like I've played for like a lot of different people.
Some of that was going in and out, but I heard a good chunk of it.
Okay.
Are you connected to
I didn't
any
even realize it was going on. Hold on, bro. Is
It's
this
all
better?
good. It's all good. It's like it's not breaking up, but like it's workable.
All right, cool.
You good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. So, first song I wanted to talk to you about today, which is a very interesting song in my opinion. It is a song called "Room."
Oh wow, damn! Took all the way back.
Could have took it further back. Trust me, I could have gone great tape, but I
I
want.
know.
So, tell us how you came up with this song, "Room."
So Room is actually Room is actually a sample from a song that I performed with Morris Ebony like a long time ago that was recorded. So I took that and I just flipped it. I slowed it down kind of like to give it like that low pitch, and put the drums on it, play guitar and stuff like that. And I don't know, like the beat, it seemed like very smooth, kind of romantic, sexual kind of feel. So like I don't know, the bars, that's how the bars came. I wrote the first verse, the chorus, and then like a few days later, I wrote the second verse, and recorded that joint. And since it was sampling Ebony, it was only right that I got her on the hook. I feel like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's sampling yourself because I feel like that's such a it's such a inception kind of thing. Whereas though like
Word.
to like get your best sound, you have to sound like you and take your sound and to take it into other things. So was it a bit of a mind fuck for you to like actually sample yourself?
Sample this, so I was able to like really flip it and make it sound better. Like I've only ever sampled myself. I never like sampled other records.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you feel like with the art that you do with his like a lot of instruments and stuff like that, and you're still a producer, do you feel like you walk the tightrope between original tracks and and samples?
Um, I think I'm more of an original track type of person. To be honest, like sampling, I'm not that good at it, but like I like to, since I know how to play and I can think of stuff like that off the top of my head, I like to just use original music or my own original music.
Gotcha. So I think it's one thing that really comes out from this track and other tracks that you make and produce. There's a lot of not necessarily sensuality, but it has like a deep, mellow kind of water kind of feel. Who would you consider some of your influences in terms of
In terms of what?
production?
Oh, production. Definitely Kanye. Definitely like early Kanye, like college dropout era, late registration era Kanye. Um, Definitely the Neptunes a little bit, like as far as like the synths that they use, the synthesizers that they use, and like how they're able to freak it, and like they also have like jazz chords in their production, which is really dope. And who else? Outkast, definitely. Organized noise.
Good. Nobody. No, I got to give you the applause for that one. Nobody ever made organized. Nobody
yo,
made
yo,
organized.
yo. Outkast would be nothing, bro.
Like organized noise, low key is the like machine behind Outkast
Of course,
and
of
Goody Mob.
course. Exactly.
One of the things I really appreciate about organized noise is that despite the fact that it's like multiple people within one group, it always has that sound of like, I guess, non-monotonous, whereas though it's always something different in each track. Being as though the same people that produce Rosa Parks legit produce fucking Waterfalls by TLC. You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right, right.
so to have that type of like duality within production, does it shine through within the influence that they have on you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Damn, I really like how you worded that question. Um, yeah, definitely, bro. Like, I feel like the fact that they incorporated live instruments is especially what inspired me. You know what I'm saying? And like they had like musicians come through and record all this stuff. Like they didn't necessarily play all the instruments themselves, but like that really motivated me to learn like the musicality of it. You know, because I feel like it opens up doors for you, so you're not like stuck in a box. And even now, I feel like I got a lot to learn, for real. Like I got so much to learn. I feel like I'm in a box and I'm trying to break out of it now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So for the ones that's coming to school late, as always, the song that was most recently playing was "Rum," produced by and featuring episode 71's most interesting artist and most wonderful artist, Bari Lutalo. Once again, thank you very much for joining me on this Monday night, answering these hard-hitting TMZ and your business questions. I'm gonna give a few shouts outs to everybody that's in the room right now. Huge shouts out to Beth Banger, Joey Bricks. Who else we got? DJ, is that Lisa Moody? I'm assuming that's Lisa Moody. I have glasses, so I should be able to read, but I can't.
Uh-huh.
Young Flo. Who else we got? Kyra Raynell. You shot.
Okay.
Devin's in the building. Big
Hey, he's
Turf
that
in the building. We got
fellow wave member.
absolutely few folks in here, I like it. The connection's clearing up too, so I can actually not have to go on commercial break. So thank God for that.
Word.
So next topic I wanted to talk about was the instrumentalist side of Bari Lutalo. One thing I really appreciate about what you do, not just as a rapper but an artist, is having a Swiss Army knife of talent. Most people come into the game where as though it's just rap or it's just producing. No, you've picked up rap, you've picked up producing, you've picked up instrumentals such as the keyboard, such as the guitar, and things like that. And a lot of the times, what most artists don't realize is that it opens up different uh, open up different avenues of revenue for artists.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
so could you tell us your experience and the difference between the rapping and producing side and the actual instrument side of your work?
Word. Damn, it's fast. Uh, I feel like the instrumental side is it actually happens a lot faster than writing songs. Like, yeah, because it's like because I study music a little bit and like put chords together and stuff. Like I can like throw something together real fast. You know what I'm saying? It might not be mixed. It might not be like mastered or whatever. But it's like good enough so I can write to it. And then I'll spend like a week or so writing to it. But like that side of it, like creating my own songs instrumentally, is faster. A lot of times when I go out and perform for other people, I will like play instruments for singers or in bands and stuff like that. That's a very like I got to be very like serious and diligent about it and like study and like really put a lot of attention into it for real. And that's intense, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get the songs right, learn the songs and everything. It's also been lucrative for me too, like getting paid gigs and stuff like that, which is cool. As far as the rapping side, like writing songs and everything, that's fun. Like to me, that's fun, bro. Like that's like a passion of mine that I had forever. Like even before I started playing instruments, I always like to write and write up my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And like to me, like before it was like I used to hide in my writings, like hide in my raps and everything. I feel like now it's like I'm using it more as a way to heal. You know what I'm saying? Heal from like whatever traumas I've been through, I put myself through. You know what I'm saying? Like writing to me is the most therapeutic thing, whether it's raps or poetry or whatever. But and then performing it, that's a new thing too, bro. Like I never used to rap on stage until like past like what 2 or 3 years. So that's like
Really?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
I
yeah. It's like
thought it was like that short amount of time of you like rapping on stage. Because like the way it seems whenever I see you perform, millions. Like it's one of those things that comes off naturally for you, even when it came to like the Rip Canvas performance, or even
oh,
within like the Crown or the performance where it was the release party.
oh, I appreciate it.
And like it just comes off very natural for you. So
Word.
what's the emotion like coming on stage, having all these instruments on the side, and yet the one instrument you use is the microphone as a rapper?
It's like trying to balance your mind and shit. Like, because if I come on stage and there's instruments on there, I'm probably going to be playing on some songs and then rapping on others, or trying to play and rap at the same time. So it's like you gotta just like I have to like focus, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, have fun, like lose myself, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I have the most fun rapping, like losing myself and really expressing my personality on stage, for real, talking about like how I feel or what I see.
Is it easy to like have fun with instruments as well? Because I know you guys got like solos and stuff that you work on.
Yeah,
And you pretty much
yeah,
express it as soon as you get the solo time. It's like, all right, fuck it, we in here. And
yeah.
crazy with it. What's it like with the fun side of performances between the raps and between the instruments?
Um, the instruments is fun. Sometimes it's like a little bit nervous. I'm not even gonna lie, like because it's like you're so focused on like, all right, I want to hit the right note, I want to make the right feel. You know what I'm saying? And like it takes a while to warm up for me. Usually, like by the second song, I'm like, all right, I'm in the groove and everything. And that's when the fun starts happening. Or like I play a song that I like and really connect with, like instrumentally, and like you get a solo or something, that joint be crazy. Like I feel like as far as rapping, it's kind of the same thing. Like I gotta warm up, like I gotta get on stage and like really feel it. And as the song progresses, like I really get into it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I gotta take myself to the place where I was at when I wrote it. You know, like how I was feeling or uh, what was on my mind. So that's an adventure. It's almost like acting for real. It is acting in a way.
That's a very interesting take there. Like I've
Yeah,
never heard anybody compare like the performance side to acting. Of course, like we would actually feel it once we're on stage and like, all right, we have to entertain people. There's a certain persona that's being like fulfilled, even
right.
if our own persona, you know what I mean? But to put the acting spin on it, it's very, very interesting. Could you
Yeah.
collaborate on that acting side?
Um, I feel like sometimes when you perform music that you've written like a long time ago, like you're not in that same space you were back then. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not that same person. Like for example, even Bounce, like we recorded that back in 2018, 2019. You know what I'm saying? We just put it out this year. Like I'm not in that space necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually in a place where I'm moving out of that space and into something deeper. But like the acting side is like, all right, let me hone back like on those emotions that I had or what I was doing around that time, and let me portray that character, the old me, you know what I'm saying, the me from a year ago when I wrote it, or even like 2 weeks ago when I wrote it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like an actor that writes his own parts, as opposed to getting the script from somebody else.
I really have to appreciate a comparison like that. A lot of people compare like their art that they do into other mediums of art, and still have that type of like coherency between the two. And it was actually very well described. So huge kudos to you. Thank you very much. Uh, not to break fourth wall or anything. I was like, yeah, that's a spot on one.
Nah, that shit dope.
I actually want to play is not necessarily a song by Bari Lutalo. It's a song by the band Wave
Hey,
that has the artist Bari Lutalo in it. So
what?
tell us how you guys at Wave at What a Vibe created this song.
Which one is this?
Splash. I mean,
Splash. Oh,
Splash.
word. Splash. Damn, bro. See, going back.
I did my research.
Hey, bro. I can tell, bro. Yo, you nice as shit, bro. Splash, like, I remember, like, this is like around the first time I met Devin, actually. This might have been the very first session I had with Devin. I think it was. Um, Me and Devin in the studio, like, he came in. I had, like, made a beat literally, like, 20 minutes before he came in. And, like, as soon as he got in, he immediately started singing to it. Like, he wrote a song, like, fucking 2 minutes, bro. And the shit was fire. Like, the shit was so fire. Like, he's the fastest writer. And, like, not only is he fast, but he writes quality really quickly. So like we finished that song and I started I started playing the chords for Splash. And it's like a 2 chord song. Like it's like really simple on like the synth pads and everything. And I didn't realize it at the time. But I was playing the same chords as the Janae Aiko song. Why make it so complicated? Yeah, like when I put the 808s down, it sounded kind of similar to the way the 808s were on that song. So I was like, yo, I can't make like a trap R&B song now because they already did this shit. I looked for like a sample that was like kind of tribal, you know what I'm saying, like kind of like on some like percussion, like I don't know, like a weird African tribal type of thing. And when I found that joint, you know what I'm saying, I chopped it, looped it, and like started playing the chords live. By this time, Devin had already written like the hook. He wrote the hook. He sang it. Everything was in the studio at the time. That's her background vocals, doing the ooh part. Um, and I wrote the song in probably like 2 weeks, and I recorded that joint. And it was like that joint was just like a culmination of a lot of different experiences, like put in one for real.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like once the conversation that I had with Devin about this song, it seemed as though it was more so one of those songs that just had like one big emotion, one big wave or vibe,
Yeah.
and within like a one session kind of thing. Was it kind of like that for you guys, for you as well? Because like from what he described, like most of the songs that you guys do make is like right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah, like this song's a little bit different though because it was just me and Devin. Like Eli was, I don't even know if I had met Eli. I hadn't met Eli at the time. Um, so it was like literally me on the boards and on the computer. Nowadays it's like Eli on the boards and like I might play keyboards and he recorded and shit. But like I was engineering the session and making the beat. So like it was easy to lay the beat down really quickly, and Devin writes really fast. He put the hook on there, and then boom, we got the song. That wave and that vibe happened really fast. As far as me like writing the verses and putting the words together, that came later.
God.
Yeah.
So pretty much like kind of like a Tetris kind of situation, where it's
Yeah.
set up everything else, and once you get the big four dot, clear it out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I like that metaphor, bro.
I'm a rapper, dog. I talk in metaphors.
Hell yeah, I could tell, bro.
It's gifted curse, honestly. It's not as cool as you would think it is.
Nah, that shit is fire, bro. That shit is poetic. I'm gonna start talking like that and shit.
You'll get you don't want to.
Yeah.
But one thing that really sticks out from this song and from your artistry, like I said before in the last song, is that it tends to always have that not necessarily same, but still kind of water kind of feel. Whereas though like
Yeah.
really cool, you can fit like any type of R&B vibe in there. You can fit any type of vocalist vibe in there. It almost seems singer friendly. Would you consider yourself a singer friendly artist that doesn't sing?
Yes, very much so. You know what, like, that is a perfect way to put it, bro. That's a perfect, like, I used to call myself an R&B rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like making very jazzy chords, jazzy, like neo soul type stuff. And that's because, like, that's the kind of music I came up learning and performing, like, in the scene in Baltimore. So I feel like I've taken that, you know what I'm saying, like the Erykah Badu type influence, the Jill Scott type chords, you know what I'm saying, like a little bit more simplified for hip hop, but still have my bad. Hold on one second.
It's all good. I thought something horrible happened. I'm like, no, no.
Damn. Like, and I'm inspired also by Biggie. Like Biggie, like he rapped over R&B beats. Like the nigga, like it wasn't even like a chop sample. Like the whole loop of the song and like put it down and make it a rap beat, and then Biggie would spit over that. And he would spit some hard shit over that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he spit some like smooth player type shit over that shit. But like that's a big influence as far as that sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
For the folks that's late to class, as usual, I gotta tell you guys,
1 second, bro.
Let's talk about this. So for the folks that's late to class, as usual, the song that was most recently playing was "Glad," a song off the "Wasted" from the band Wave. But our on Wave is that one's Bari Lutalo. Thank you very much for live once again. I would have had applause track. So my laptop is shit.
What up?
So
What up?
it's all good. So hopefully at home can provide the applause for me whenever it cues. So give a few more shouts out to everybody that's in the building. Huge shouts out to Taser. Shouts out to Brandon Woody doing his goddamn thing in the city.
Fucking
Shouts out to Paddle D.
beast.
Shouts out to I and Candace. Shouts out to Brain Food. We need an interview. I start a petition for an interview with Brain Food.
For real though, that would be hella dope.
I tried to get
a good
for
friend.
like still week, but it fell through. So I still got like my 100 episode goal. I'm still trying to make room. So please. Shouts out to HZL. Shouts out to Radiant Tay. All y'all folks in here. Shouts out to Abdul Ali. I feel so important.
Damn.
Wow. Oh my God.
Damn, we got a celebrity on.
Man, I don't know how that.
Got the big homie.
The big blood. So, Bari, I also want to talk to you about your involvement within Wave and how it got started. Basically, with the live with Devin, when I was talking to him about it, basically Wave started off of a good, pretty much jam session, and you guys just decided, hey, let's make it official. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, could you tell us your perspective on the origin or the culmination of What a Vibe?
I feel like Devin is the founder of What a Vibe. The person who made it happen was Chelsea. She's like the missing link because we're all friends with Chelsea, but we didn't know each other until we made the band. You know what I'm saying? So like we're all part of her world, but just different parts of her world. And eventually, I think I met Devin doing a show at Tight Fisted Fashion. That was the first time I met him, and I was in a house band. I was playing keys, but like I didn't really record with him until like maybe like months later, or maybe a year later. I don't know. But that was a dope experience, and we were making tracks like on our own, like just me and Devin. And then he invited me over to a jam session with Eli at his studio, and him and Eli had just been making tracks, you know what I'm saying, like by themselves. I forget we started off just like performing and playing like our individual songs, and eventually like that turned into us like making tracks together, you know what I'm saying, like me and Eli making tracks together. And like, man, I be learning so much from Eli. Like he's just a beast, like a super beast when it comes to like so many different genres too. It's not even just like he can make the hardest trap beats, and a nigga can play like some really smooth like R&B guitar stuff with some punk rock stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so like that energy, and then like plus on top of like Devin's like super dope ass songwriting and how quick he writes, and like also like amazing performer. Like I was like, yeah, I definitely fuck with this, you know what I'm saying? I can learn a lot, you know, and that's my biggest thing. I like working with people that I feel like I can learn from, you know.
Absolutely. If there's one thing I know about Eli, yo, he has a mind way out there. Like,
yo.
Musically, he has a mind like way out there. And
yo, it's like
we both are into like different genres and shit like that. And
right.
Fucker has like the web of
yo, like in-depth knowledge for like years, like about so many different genres of music, and not even just music. Like we be having like deep ass conversations like about race, you know what I'm saying, about philosophy, about politics, and like us like coming from like different backgrounds, you know what I'm saying, but not really, you know what I'm saying, because it's like it's just different ideas with the same genres of music, you know what I'm saying. I get a whole new perspective that I never would have gotten, you know, which is dope. I appreciate that. And same with Devin, like fucking amazing writer.
If this damn yo, What a Vibe was kind of. Would you compare What a Vibe to the Avengers?
Sure. I don't know if I'm a superhero though, for real. Like I'll probably be like, you know what I'm saying, the Junior. I'll be like the Spider-Man before he became the Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? When he was like living in Queens with his mom or his aunt, for real. But yeah, them niggas is Thor and fucking Captain America. Hell yeah.
Because when it comes to like everybody's certain like power, so to speak, like Devin has the songwriting, like Eli has this guy hand on the guitar is like infinite, almost like Doctor Strange, low key.
Hell
And
yeah.
when it comes to like Bari, you pretty much got the keyboard, you got the vocal, like it's a mixed bag. It's almost like one of those weapon specialists, like Black Widow, but
Yeah.
being used,
Word.
not like Black Widow. You know what I mean? So, what would you say is your, I guess, role within What a Vibe outside of like playing the instruments?
Helping to make the beats. Sometimes writing songs. Yeah, that's about it. You know, and also like the small stuff too, like going from gigs to gig, like driving. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't know about the behind the scenes stuff. You know, helping to like put the wires back. You know, shit like that.
Gotcha. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about within this interview is we've already kind of like covered it within the whole like R&B friendly rapper, but I actually want to go more in depth within your, I guess, perspective of the marriage between hip hop and R&B. A lot of people consider, I guess, the wedding day of hip hop and R&B would be Mary J and Method Man, and pretty much since then we've seen that marriage kind of like develop, kind of had that falling out, but kind of getting back together, and now it kind of has this it has this like mainstay within the music community. So I wanted to get your perspective on like how hip hop and R&B have like that work together chemistry.
It's like melody and spoken word, like melody and rhythmic spoken word, like the idea of like two voices expressing themselves differently but saying the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like the hook is like the melody, like it takes you there, like you feel it on like a spiritual level, and like it's catchy, it makes you want to say it. And then when you listen to the bars or the rapper, like he's giving you a lot of stuff intellectually, but it's still hitting you on an emotional level too, for real. So it's like I feel like that combination, and then not even just vocally, like the music, like the chords and shit. Like I love to hear like hard rappers spitting over like the softest, like jazzy R&B chords. You know what I'm saying? Spitting some hard. That's really some '90s shit. But like even now, like with the trap shit, like you hear how like they got the smooth R&B chords, it's like a synth pad or something, but they got the 808 and shit on there, like the trap R&B shit, like Bryson Tiller, Janae Aiko type shit like that, and hear a rapper spit and triplets over that shit, like that should be hard. It's like the same concept but modernized. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Would you say that the marriage kind of had its love spillover, not just within the vocalist side or the rapper and singer side, but more so on the producer side within the
Mm-hmm.
20th century, dealing with like, you know what I'm saying, Bryson Tillers and your, you know, AI goals and producers that go into that, even your 40s for that matter.
Yeah, yeah, Drake, like the most obvious one. Um, um, yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think it started like in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it didn't start there, but a transition started to happen there. And I feel like Neptunes was a huge part of that. Like, they were a huge part of like, because there were producers that were producing songs for Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, and then they were producing for Jay-Z and Clips. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really married so many different worlds in the music industry, and R&B was like a big one for them. Like who did they produce for R&B? Like a lot of stuff like
Police, Christina,
Khalid,
uh,
Khalid.
Christina Milian, who
Yeah,
uh,
especially Khalid, bro.
Nelly Furtado, I'm pretty sure was.
Yeah, like all the big R&B artists. So like they really at one point all this stuff was on the radio. Like every other song was produced by the Neptunes. You know what I'm saying? They really brought that marriage of R&B because they're very jazzy people too. Like especially Chad Hugo on the keys. Like that, and continuing on to the early 20s, I think it got to a point where it became really trappy, you know what I'm saying, towards like the late 2000s, like Kanye West 808s and Heartbreak, even like this 808s and Heartbreak, you know what I'm saying, the heavy 808s and shit, like it still had a trap sound, but it was like R&B, like new wave, almost kind of techno shit. And I feel like that's what really pushed that album in particular. um Kid Cudi shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it pushed like kind of like a trap influence R&B into the early 2010s. I feel like that, along with like some Jamie Foxx stuff too, like the alcohol, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Smash,
know, huh?
smash hit, by the way.
Yeah, for real. Like, so it's like that. I think that's what the sound has carried on for the past 10 years, from the early 2010s. Like, and it's just become more refined. You know, like a lot of rappers, trap rappers, are rapping over 808s with like R&B chord progressions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an interesting sound. It's an interesting time. Like, I fuck with it heavy.
Gotcha. What would you say the marriage between hip hop and R&B is heading towards in the 2020s? Because I feel like with the work that's being put in, we talk about the generations before, such as your Kanye's and your Neptunes, but yes, 40s in that manner as well. But you also have your new gen, because you can kind of Tyler in that conversation as well, like post Goblin or post Wolf, with like all those chord progressions and I guess neck type beats and things like that, and having that very soft feel but very hip hop feel as well.
Yeah.
So do you feel as though that direction is kind of like where we're headed towards in hip hop and R&B?
Yeah, like that. It's hard to say. I feel like it is, but like I don't know. Like it might be something that like throws a curveball, and like it'd be a whole like people start singing like techno new wave shit over R&B. You know what I'm saying? But that sound in particular, like the like Frank. Oh, you mentioned Future, like Frank Ocean for real. Like he's also a very heavy influence. He's like somebody who like a lot of like the cool, like I don't want to say hipster, but like.
No,
I hate that. I hate putting people in boxes like hipster and shit. But
I
like,
don't
for
think
lack of a
like I mean we gotta call a spade, my
yeah, I guess like so the black hipsters, you know what I'm saying, like the kind of people that we be around and shit, like and we are like Frank Ocean really took it there and like really low key influenced also like the mainstream shit too, like the mainstream. Like he wrote for Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? He's on like Jay-Z songs and shit. Like his influence and whoever produces that I think he produces some of his shit himself. Like they've also had a like really big influence on that, and I feel like it'll be interesting to see how it transitions within like the next few years, and it'll be interesting to see how the fucking world transitions in the next. We might not even have music. Like,
I'm about to say that's a different conversation. I don't want to get it. This show is to distract me from what the fuck is going on.
Right, that shit just looming in the background. Like,
yeah, I'd rather just make some music while explosions go off.
Right, right.
So the last song I wanted to dig into with this interview, which in my opinion is the main event of the interview, which is the song "Bounce." You recently, legitimately recently, just dropped this with Amers Ebony. You guys work very, very well together. It's like tag team of the year, honestly. So could you tell us how you guys came up with this song?
How do we? So this is Eli too. It's a few musicians on there. Eli's playing guitar on this song. So this song actually started off the first time we all performed Splash. We performed Splash, and it's the same chords as Splash. It's the same two chords. Like
it is.
Yeah. So like, but he was playing it on guitar rather than playing it on keys, and he gave it like a really like 70s soulful kind of bounce with it, and it was so dope. Like I was like, yo, this has to be its own song, bro. This has to be like its own shit. So like I recorded him playing that on my laptop, and I went back and like put some like 4 on the floor type drums, like real disco type feel, and I wrote like the first verse and the first hook, like, and that shit like, to me, I wanted to write, like, I was actually, speaking of Tyler the Creator, I was kind of influenced by that one song, you know what I'm talking about?
911, greatest
Yeah.
song of the time, you mean? Yes.
Yeah. You know how that shit, like how 70s that shit is, like how, like, you know what I'm saying, like R&B is like soulful, like neo soul 70s type shit. Like I was like, yeah, like for people to rap on some shit like that, that's fire, especially him. So like, yeah, like when I was writing to it, I was inspired by that for real. But just telling my own flip on it, you know, like talking about like love and lust and relationship type stuff, you know.
Gotcha. Which is pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, I guess the strong hand of Bari Lutalo when it comes to the boxing styles that is Bari Lutalo is straight is definitely the love and lust.
Oh man, damn. Yeah, I mean, it's like to me, like that part of life, you know what I'm saying, is can be very confusing and very chaotic. You know, I feel like even now, like when I was writing those songs and like the place I was in when writing those songs up until like very recently, like it's hard to go back to that now. Honestly, like I don't even know if I ever. Maybe I probably will like write a love song again, but like my mind's been so into like what's going on right now, like the shit that we're trying to distract ourselves from. That like a lot of the music I'm writing now is that kind of vibe. So we'll see. It might be a strong hand. I might turn it to like Lupe Fiasco or something. I don't know.
I also wanted to talk about like how strong the, I guess, vocal strength of Armor's Ebony is within not just,
Yeah.
like, I'm saying Splash, but this song too, and how like seamlessly you guys get together. Because like a lot of the times when it comes like the rap and R&B duo, we'll get that one song that's like really hot between those two, but they'll never work again. And even
Right.
sometimes you'll get that song over and over again.
Yeah.
Two artists that don't really click that well. But with you two,
Right.
it almost seems like it's just like, you know what I'm saying, it's peanut butter and jelly. It's just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Like, yo, like when I wrote that hook, like I imagine like somebody with like almost like a poppier type, like pop type voice and feel, you know what I'm saying? Like 50s doo-wop type shit. Like when she sung it, like she put her whole feel into it and like completely changed my mind. Like completely like, okay, this is like a really soulful. This is like Before I Let Go, like the original version. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the way like she carried that song. And if you notice, and I didn't realize this when I wrote it, I wanna know, like that's actually in the Before I Let Go song. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I think subconsciously I was like kind of like streaming that too, and then she just took it there without even me mentioning that. Like, and it's always like that. I feel like a lot of times like the stuff I write and the type of beats I want to like rap to are also the same type of stuff that she sings to, like neo soul type shit, like those chords and stuff. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
So, for the folks that's just rolling in, the song that's currently concluding is the latest single, Bounce, from episode 71 of Inside the Rapper Studios. Most wonderful guest, Bari Lutalo. Bari, thank you so much for joining me tonight, answering these teamsy and your business questions. Once again, thank you very much to everybody that's joining us. I'm gonna give a few shouts out to everybody that's still in here. Huge shouts out to Candace. Huge shouts out to Taser. Huge shouts out to Afro Poetic. Big shout out to Bianca. I love you. Shouts out to Anna. I'm not gonna pronounce that, but shouts out to you because I feel like I'm gonna ruin it. Just not gonna do it. Bari, any last words? Any last promotions? Any last propaganda for the people?
Yo, this was a fucking fun interview. Like, I really enjoyed this. This was fucking dope. Like, yo, I appreciate the opportunity to be on this joint, yo. Like, you really do your research, bro. Like, you like the Black Nardwuar, bro. Like,
Don't
from
give
Baltimore.
me that. Give me that. Too heavy.
Yo, like, you really be, like, I ain't even know niggas knew about some of the shit you asked. Like, so I appreciate the opportunity to do this. Like, shout out to all the dope artists that I work with, that I get a chance to work with. Like, I got a new song coming out called Granny, which is featuring my wave people as well. Like Deep Blue, Eli, he's producing the track. Devin is singing. This shit is like where my mind is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like very political, very, you know what I'm saying? Talking about society, talking about race, but also talking about class, talking about external struggles and internal struggles. So I'm excited to put that video out. We shot the video, it's editing right now. Yeah, and that's it, bro. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Huge shouts out to everybody tuned in, whether it's 1 second, 1 minute, or the entire show. Huge shout out to IG for not fucking up once. I was expecting it. The Monday show, and y'all be chilling on Mondays. Usually on Fridays when y'all start acting up. But nonetheless, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Coming up next on Inside the Rapper Studio tomorrow, we got You'll Never Know. That's going to be a very, very exciting one. We're going to be talking about his latest project, Technical Foul. Also talking about having the golden ear for beats and working with DJs and things like that within 2020. I'm still giving away this hat, robe, and sticker combo. Apparently y'all niggas ain't won last week, so we're gonna try again this week. We got 5 passwords, each for every show this week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Monday's password today is going to be Morty, Morty, Morty. So that's password number 1. Collect all 5. Give me these 5 passwords at the end of the week. You will get a robe, hat, and sticker for the free ski. You usually ask for free shit, people. This is your opportunity to get some free shit. Plain and simple. So, from your host, Score F. Swayze, and our most wonderful guest of episode 71, Bari, once again, thank you very much for joining me and giving me such a great interview today. I would like to tell everybody thank you very much, and as always, wash your hands, wear a mask, stay in the house. All right, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right, good talking to you, bro. Peace.
Absolutely, man.